canceled by YouTube. I hit a wrong button. It wasn't YouTube himself. So we're back, and go get those questions in if you were still getting them there. Sorry, my stream, like I hit a button to do something and it did not come back. So kind of is what it is. So I'm hoping everybody will jump over here. So this is part 2, I guess, if you will. So this is part 2, and I'm hoping you'll jump off the old chat and jump onto this one. So make sure you're jumping onto this one. I know that it is not very convenient because I hit something there. GT Junior grows at Alaska's back. What's up, Alvaro Aguera? I appreciate it. Howdy, Chuck. Columbus, Georgia. Okay, cool. You're from Columbus area. All right, I lived in LaGrange for a while, GT Junior. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm glad everybody's jumping back over here. We'll wait a few minutes, but get your questions back in there. What's up, Real Bob? Works now. What's up, Glock Tua? I like your name, Glock Tua. Glock Tua. You gotta spit on that thing, Glock Tua. You gotta spit rounds on that thing. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so. Yeah, there you go. I like it a lot. Good name. Get all your questions that I was trying to answer in, and get on the new stream and all that jazz. Dropped a link in the other chat to let them know. Okay, thanks, Curmudgeon. I appreciate that. Yep. So make sure you monitor. Clay from Auburn, Alabama, back. What is up, Clay P? How you doing? Man. I used to drive through Auburn all the time. So yeah, it's a lifetime ago, but yeah. So kind of is what it is. AR-15, let's see. All right. Do you have any experience or opinions on the 7mm Remington Mag? I have a whole playlist on the 7mm Remington Magnum. I think it is a wonderful caliber. Yeah, I have tons of bullet testing videos and everything, Glock Tua, on the 7mm Rem Mag. Okay. What I like about the 7mm Remington Magnum is that it does not kick you the snot out of you like 300 or 338 will, but you're getting way more power than a 30-06. So, I love the 7mm Remington Magnum. I shoot 145 grain Barnes LRX. That's what I'm going to go moose hunting with in a few weeks. So I love the 7mm Magnum. That being said, does it give you the power a 300 Magnum gives you in best heaviest ammo? No, it does not. So that's that. So. All right. So, do you have any experience or? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 7mm Rem Mag. Yeah. So Glock 2. I encourage you to go look at my playlist on the 7mm Magnum. But I've taken a Caribou with a 7mm Magnum at 212 yards. My wife took one at 340. I took one at 459 yards. I took a Black Bear at 319. I used a bad bullet that didn't expand at 319 yards. So be careful about that. But yeah. I was using a Barnes TTSX, or excuse me, a Barnes TSX there, and I used a Barnes LRX on the 459-yard shot. And my wife used the same bullet on the 340-yard shot, much better. On the 212-yard shot, we used a we used a 162 grain ELDX, and that's just not a good hunting bullet. But yeah, that's that. All right, next question. The Washington Reloader. How much did that moose behind you weigh? And then about 1,200 pounds. All right, good timing. Had to make stupid comments. Yeah, sorry. I was literally trying to give you a blue wrench, curmudgeon, so you could help with the things, and it did what it is. Yep, it is what it is. What's a good break-in process on a rifle? Oh, I skipped one. Clay P, favorite bonded bullet. As far as hunting bullets are concerned, Federal Terminal Scent. Yeah, hands down. It's probably the best bonded bullet you could make. It's supposed to expand out to 700 yards. It's very streamlined, good BCs. For factory ammo, 2 out of the 4 guns I've tried it in will group it less than an inch. That's pretty good for factory ammo. Okay. My wife's 270 Tika T3X and my 7mm Remington Magnum both group it less than an inch at 100 yards. And I don't really count the 7mm Magnum's group. It was 0.9 inches. but I was also shivering like crazy. It was -2 that day, and I didn't wear thick enough pants or undies. So is what it is. I was like grabbing my balls that day. All right. What's a good break-in process on a new barrel? Shoot, clean. Shoot, wet patch, dry patches, clean, and then shoot again. So kind of is what they are. They are worth the watch. I appreciate it. Daddy Trump 2024. Well, you know, he's better than Kamala, but remember, Trump advocated red flag laws. He went around Congress to do the bump stock ban, literally circumvented the constitutional process, and he didn't sign a single veto and had $9.5 trillion in debt. So, yeah, is he better than Kamala? Yeah. Is he better than Camel Toe? Yeah. But is he actually that good? No, he was not that good of a president. All right. He didn't fix us financially. He didn't really close the southern border. He didn't stand up for the Second Amendment. So is he better? Yeah. But in the same way that eating a turd is better than eating diarrhea. So some guy, I hope that's what you like. Question of the day. What's the best 9mm suppressor host? That's easy. AR styled 9mm that takes Glock mags, and any one of them that you want to go out there, that's the best suppressor host. Mainly because it's going to use gas to work the gun, which is slightly slower than the recoil operated gun, so you have better dwell time. Now, if you're talking about just pure handguns, I mean, whatever fits your hand and whatever you like shooting. I mean, I think, you know, probably a 2011 of some kind would be good. Glock 17, 34 would be good. Longer barrels tend to have better dwell time, so you don't have to worry about sound coming out of the breech as much. It still comes out of the breech, obviously. Yep. 100% on barrel break-in. Yeah, do that for 20 shots, and then do it every 3 shots for another 23 shots, 21 shots, or something like that. Better have a gun without a bump stock than not have a gun. And I agree with that, Glock 2. I agree with that. It's just kind of is what it is. Father of the lockdown and the injection. That's kind of far. I mean, he did some things, but he wasn't like the Democratic governors here. So, is what it is. Thoughts on the Diamondback DB10 in 308 equipped with an AR scope mount and a Leupold 35mm along with a box of 100 rounds of Winchester PowerPoint. Joshua Christensen, I'm not big on the Diamondbacks. I've seen lots of quality control issues. So, all my employees earned $4,000 to $5,000 more a year under Trump. Biden wiped that out in his first week. There you go. Archery crossbow hunts also. Are you rifle hunts exclusively? Next year I'll be trying archery for the first times in over a decade. So, yeah, I'll be doing archery along the Hall Road for caribou. It's just so much easier than walking the 5 miles out for that. Yeah, there are places you can use a four-wheeler and places you can't use a four-wheeler. There are specifically non-motorized zones. Non-motorized zones have more game in them. That's why I do a lot of the pack rafts. I buy the pack rafts. Thank you to Cocapelli for sponsoring a pack raft on the channel. I appreciate that. But yeah, you can do that. You can do that as well. I have an archery hack called. So yeah, Curmudge, text me about it later. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to find a bow cheap. That's what I need. I need to find a bow cheap that can work for me, get the arrows cut, all that stuff. So, can you use the four-wheeler to get to your hunting spot? So yeah, there you go. So don't forget to put your questions in. If you haven't seen one of my chats, I just answer all your questions about hunting, Alaska, bullets, guns, ballistics, and that kind of thing. You know, politics. You know, we're voting for Trump. We just, you know, I'm tired of voting for the lesser of two evils. You know, Trump is the lesser of two evils. That's simple. Yeah. So, Trump also wants to give police full qualified immunity, which means search and seizure without consequences. Yep, that's true. That will never stand up in the Supreme Court, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, so have a nice Jennings 70-pound draw. I want a new one. The Jennings is 15 years old or older. Interesting. So, if I remember correct, though, you're a taller man than me with longer arms, but yeah, we'll have to do that. So, yeah, I want a Gen 5 Glocks, could they handle plus B ammunition? I've never had a Glock that didn't handle plus B ammunition. Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 2, Gen 1, whatever. Trump wants to give all citizens their own bald eagle. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm 6'1". Yeah. Don't know, missed your response. Are the native population still regularly using 30-30? 70s, it was a lot of villages. Do they availability animal, moose, caribou, etc.? Yeah, there's a lot of people that use 30-30. I think nowadays it's not as popular, but there's not a good reason to use a 30-30 in Alaska. There's really not. So, how has your season been overall? Well, with my back acting up when I went up to Dead Horse and not being able to really hunt the whole time, and just hunting bear upside my house, it's not been great so far. But it's been fun. Like, it's one of those seasons where like I just feel like I'm gonna get something. And you get that feeling. Like I had that last year on my moose hunt. Like I had that feeling. I had it on my caribou hunt too, and then we blew that. So is what it is. Yeah, probably missed some of your content. Yeah, a lot of people have been missing my content. I'm sure YouTube hasn't showed them. I have a 480 versus 454 Casull video they stalled out on. I just released a 7mm Remington Magnum versus 300 Magnum. We'll see how that goes. So is the 110 300 Win Mag worthless? The trajectory is incredibly amazing, probably out to 400 or 500 yards. So the 110, I don't know, Daquan Loco. I hope I said your name, Daquan Loco. I hope you said your name correctly. The 110 grain and 300 Win Mag. You want a tougher bullet because it's going so fast that you want it to do that. So I loaded a bullet I would never load and hunt with at regular velocities. I loaded the Barnes TSX. It was not very accurate with Hunter powder, Ramshot Hunter. So that made it worthless. Would it do okay for a deer load in the lower 48? Absolutely yes. Because that TSX is a tough bullet. In fact, it might be going through so fast it doesn't have time to expand because it's already through the dang deer. Who knows? So it is what it is. Talk to the guys at Full Curl in Anchorage. They're amazing and have a lot of knowledge. Yep. Derek McMurray. What's up, man? Hey, FYI, Midwest USA is having a robust rifle ammo sale. Cool. Yep. Yeah, I wish I had an affiliate link to them. By the way, you can find all my affiliate links, AK Ballistics on Twitter. Just AK, the AK and B are capitalized, and then the rest is lowercase. You can find me on Gab, Alaskan Ballistics. You can find me on MeWe, Alaskan Ballistics. There's a group on MeWe to join. Maybe one of the mods can put the group link in there. That'd be great. Arms directory. You can find my stuff there. Just thought that. My elders love the 30-30. Sadly, there are better cartridges. Still love there. Yeah, I mean, the 30-30. So the 30-30 for bear defense just isn't that great. People done it, but you really need that 190 grain hard cast, and that's a hand load only thing. So that's that. Which 480 Ruger did you use on your bear hunt? I missed the model. Rossi 92. Yeah. Gorilla HD. Go check out my latest 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago. It's the 480 Ruger versus 454 Casull, and they're both in Rossi lever actions. It's pretty cool. What brand choice would you personally prefer for a budget-friendly semi-automatic hunting rifle in the same caliber? 308 Win Mag, 300 Win Mag, you mean? 308, so if you want a 300 Win Mag, okay, I would, a budget-friendly choice in a semi-automatic is going to be that Great Lakes Firearms, the AR-10 style 300 Win Mag. If you want a 308 Winchester, it's not a Magnum, 308 Winchester, Aero Precision's been good for me. A lot of people have had good luck with the Palmetto States as far as cycling very well, but you have to hand load or buy expensive ammo to get it to actually group very well. So Anonymous F, here in Alaska, that would be the caribou. I would say Sitka blacktail deer, but the problem with Sitka blacktail deer is you're usually in grizzly bear country for big brown bear Kodiak country for that, so you have to get it out of there quickly. So yes, I know for an account. Yeah, I've had a birthday. I saved money for the Glock 2 for the birthday deals at Midway USA. Absolutely, that's great, but I don't like the fact they give to the NRA. I would much rather give to the GOA or give to the Second Amendment Foundation or FPC but it kind of is what it is. TC, yep. Thanks, brother. You're welcome. Decline Loco. Does Alaska have a casino, a lottery, legal poker games? I don't know. I don't know about the legal poker games. We don't have really a casino or a lottery, I don't think. F moose are a PETA from what I've heard. Thick skin. Yeah, they have pretty thick skin. Saw the 700mm versus 300, but that's all that has come up in the last week. We'll go search your channel. Let you know. Okay, cool. Yeah. What about fishing? Are you able to bang out salmon? Yeah, I go fishing for salmon a few times a year. I'm not the greatest at it. I'm not the worst at it. Probably gonna take my son fishing tomorrow. After church. So, thanks, Chuck. You know I love the lever guns. Yeah, I really ought to go out to the Salmon River across the street and go fish that. I signed up on Midwest USA tonight. Yeah. No casino and any kind of gambling. Okay, it's good to know. Would a small winch or a come-along be useful to drag or reposition a large animal easier for dressing? Yes, and I plan on bringing my come-along on in the next few weeks. Business-wise, person and with friends, it's fine. Yeah, okay. So if you were going to have an AR-10, would you go 308 or 300 Win Mag? Just asking for a friend. If I'm going to have one AR-10, which that's your problem with your question right there. Once you get one AR-10, you're going to need another AR-10, right? I have 2.5 AR-10s, I like to say. I have the 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10, I've got the 308 AR-10, and I've got a 22-250 upper. It's complete upper bolt carrier group and all. Obviously, I don't like the 22-250 that much for AR-10. I built it for that one video on 22-250 versus body armor. So, kind of is what it is. So, if you're only going to have one AR-10, I would go 308. That's all you're going to have. 300 Win Mag would be great. It is what it is. What's up, Rato? I saw only pull tab gambling, so Dalton. Yeah, there's pull tab gambling somewhere. Nice antlers you have. Thank you, Carrie D. Camper. I appreciate that. I'm on the after the game is on ground kick with my questions this evening. Yes, you are, Anonymous F, but that's okay. That's okay. You gotta. Everybody has their own little way of doing it, and I appreciate you asking. So, kind of is what it is there. The state has a lotto. Someone just went for 13 million the other day. What's your preference? 7mm PRC or 7mm mag, then 300 PRC or 300 Win Mag, and why? This is a good question, Derek McMurray. I prefer the 7mm Rim Mag over the 7mm PRC, simply because nobody is showing me the Hornady offerings getting the velocity they were supposed to get. Okay, so that's that. The 300 PRC I prefer over the 300 Win Mag. It's getting the velocities. It's got a better case design. I bought a 300 Win Mag instead of a 300 PRC simply because it's a more popular caliber in Alaska for now. So that's that. Do you have bear encounters weekly? No, I'm lucky to have bear encounters that are dangerous to me once every 2 years, man. It's not like there are 70 bears per square mile like there are deer in Georgia, 70 deer per square mile. So it's not like that. So saw Barnes 300 PRC ammo on Midway about a week ago, 208 grain. Yeah, they make a 208 grain LRX bullet. So fixed blade, skinning, game processing, knife preferences. I don't know, man. I'm not a knife guy. I just buy what's cheap that year, or use it for a couple of years, and then when it's so dull and rusted it can't use it anymore, I go buy another one. That's what I do with knives. Stupid, I know, but it's what I do. Could you use a drag sled for your game and gear to transport where you hunt? It might be easier on the back. Yes, you could use a drag sled. I have used that on winter hunts. Actually, my last caribou I killed, my buddy dragged out all the meat with a drag sled, and I dragged out all the gear with the drag sled. So, which is great. By the time we got back to his little Subaru car, we were hunting out of a Subaru car that day. Yeah, we had one on the ground 15 minutes since we left the car too. Yeah. So yeah, we could definitely do that. What's even easier is a four-wheeler. So, is what it is. So if you hand-loaded 7mm PRC and got anticipated velocities, would that change your mind? Possibly. And Federal ELDX ammo is getting 3,000 feet per second and 24-inch barrels from me. And that's the ELDX 162 grain, because the idea of the 7mm PRC was to get 3,000 feet per second with the 190 grain bullet. Geez, I don't have that ammo right handy with me. But yeah, 175 grain. Okay, yeah, it was meant to get the 175 to 190 grain bullets in 7mm that fast. So Federal ELDX is a horrible hunting bullet, and anybody who uses it is is pretty much a not a very ethical hunter. So yeah, so it kind of is what it is. So I don't know, like, I feel like you could get the same velocity with the 7mm Remington Magnum and probably get better, you just have, I mean, the only difference really in velocity would be that twist rate to stabilize that barrel. So I don't see why I can do that. Can you go further into 308 over 300 Win Mag? 5.56 good to 300. Okay, so you're asking me specifically in an AR-10, Martin Horst. You're going to have more parts compatibility with the 308. You're going to have more magazine availability. You're going to have more magazine capacity. So if you're wanting one gun to do it all in an AR-10, then yeah, do that. As far as distance is concerned, I've shot 308 accurately out to 1,000 yards. You can do it just fine. If you're only going to have one AR-10, get 308, because you can have 25 round magazines that are reliably feed. They don't reliably feed the 25 round magazines. The Magpul ones don't reliably feed the 6.5 Creedmoor. They don't reliably feed the 22-250. So you don't want to go that route. But if you're only going to have one, that's why 308. AR-10s and 300 Win Mag. So 300 Win Mag is too long for a standard AR-10. You have to buy a specialized one. And then up until recently, that was the Nemo or the Orion or the Noreen, and they were $3,000-$4,000 guns starting, right? Before the crisis, they were that expensive. Before the ammo and gun sales shot up before COVID, they were that expensive. And you could only use their magazines in their gun. Everything was proprietary, and they're very heavy. Now, there's a Great Lakes Firearms 300 Win Mag, and it's a good gun. I've held a couple of them in my hands. They seem to be, well made. But you're only going to get a 5-round mag from them, and the mags are $100 each from them. But the gun is $1,100 to $1,200 MSRP. I've seen them on the shelf for less than that. And you're getting about the same quality as you would an Aero Precision, or a little bit better quality than a PSA, and it's a 300 Win Mag, but you have only 5-round magazines. They don't offer 10 rounds. They don't offer a double stack to single stack conversion. You have 5-round magazines. So if you're wanting one AR-10, great. But okay, so you're using the AR-10 for SHTF, crap hits the fan scenario, right? You're using the AR-10. Well, you only have 5 rounds in the 300 Win Mag for that most people can afford. Or you have 25 rounds in the 308, all right? And if you're talking about range, you can easily get to 1,200 yards with 308. Is it as easy as 6.5 PRC or 300 Win Mag? No, but you can do it, all right? I don't want to be hit with a bullet at 1,200 yards from a 308. So, yeah, you can do it. I'm a horrible hunter then. ELDX slammed multiple deer for me last season. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, no, ELDX, I've seen it break apart on games so quickly. 7 mag, 162 grain. I've seen it. I hit a caribou in the spine, and that bullet shattered. I thought I had missed her, but behind the caribou was a lake, 10 yards behind the caribou. It looked like he shot a duck on the water. I hit her right in the top of the spine right there. Didn't even break her spine because the bones shattered the bullet so quickly. ELDX is a freaking terrible bullet, and anybody that uses it is an unethical hunter. Derek, if you bring the ELDX up here, I am throwing it all in the river. I'm just letting you know, as I will not go hunting with a hunter who's using ELDX for caribou or bigger than deer game, and even deer, it's questionable. Yeah, no, it's a horrible bullet. It is a freaking non-bonded ballistic tip. Non-bonded ballistic tips are unethical to use in big game. Yeah, it's that simple. If you're using it bigger than coyotes and wolves, you shouldn't be hunting. All right. Prefer mosquito repellent. Just a net, man. I've found that just using a net, and if I need more than just a net, because they're going to be all over you no matter what. No matter what you put on, they're going to be all over you. So just use a net to get them, with a boonie hat to get them away from your actual head where they're not going to land. And you need more than that. You get a, what do you call it? The little machines that blow out the powder, thermocells. Yeah, that's that. I own a 300 Weatherby. What's up, Red Oak Hunting? Is this an overkill or a reasonable choice for moose? This is it's a reasonable choice. Yeah, there's no need for that. So worked fine. Yeah. Well, thoughts on the Hornady CX Outfitter? Just bought some to try. The bullet is great. The Outfitter line has not had great for accuracy. So my first season hunting rifle bullets. Yeah. How about Alabama deer, 150 to 225 pounds? Yeah, most. Does Alaskan lump crossbows? Crossbows have to be legally made, or you have to be disabled in your shoulder or your arm where you can't pull a regular bow back to do crossbows. How is visibility where you hunt? How many miles can you see? Seriously, like, there are places I hunt and you can't see 20 feet in front of you. There are places I hunt where you can see 20 miles in front of you. So it just depends where you're at in Alaska. I like the 4570 AR. They start at $3,600. There you go. Look at doing a 35 Whelen build on a Savage Action. Is 35 Whelen used in Alaska? There's a lot of people who love 35 Whelen. It's a cultural thing, but you're not going to find that much ammo on the shelf. It's not like you're going to find ammo from every company on the shelf type round. It's just not produced anymore. In that, the last time I went to Sportsman's Warehouse, I saw some 35 Whelen Remington Corelock for 80 freaking bucks, $79.99. So it is what it is. Yep. LOL. Haha. Is the Great Lakes AR super heavy? No, it's just front heavy. I do not think it has a lot of standard AR-10 parts. No. It's front heavy. But no, you're not able to convert it. So, Thermacell, thank you. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate the info. Just started to go down the road. Haven't made any decisions yet. I really appreciate your insight. Thanks, brother. You're welcome. Stand in the bonfire smoke for mosquito repellent. That'll work. Next year, I'll have a lot more time to keep testing rifles and handloads for caribou. I hadn't even decided what cartridge to bring yet. I'm going to tell you next year, Derek, I'm doing archery only. I'm not doing that 5-mile hike out the road. I couldn't do it this year, and I was in better shape than I was last year. So, yep, had a horrible experiences with Hornady, switched to Barnes, and never had an issue since. There you go. All right, hey bro, I need your help to pick one of the three: a Ruger Secure 9, a S&W SD9 2.0, or a Taurus G3. What are your thoughts on an APX1 Beretta? Thanks, bro. So if you're looking at guns in that price range, you've only mentioned one that I think is really, really good, and that's the Beretta APX. The Beretta APX, you can get it in a compact, you can get it in a subcompact. But the subcompact's just too short. Get it in the compact. I have not the A1. I have the regular version in a 4.25 inch duty barrel and the 3.7 inch Centurion. And I'm telling you, the Beretta APX is a great gun out of those. It's not as accurate as I'd like it to be. I can shoot my Glock 19 more accurate, but out of the four you mentioned there, you get the Beretta APX A1. You don't get, this is for Cat for Life's comment, you don't get a Taurus. They're absolute trash. The SD29 or 2.09, the SW, you can sometimes find like a really good deal on the Shield 9. 2.0 or the Shield 9 Max or whatever, not Max, the double stack version of the Shield. You can find that. The Ruger Security 9, it's a cheap hammer fired, it's internal hammer fired, so your trigger pulls are weird, that kind of thing. If you want another good gun to get on that list, look at the PSA Dagger. It's a Glock 19 Gen 3 copy, and it just works. Like, in general. Are there problems with them? Yeah, sometimes. But get the PSA Dagger, so it is what it is. Yeah, Pennsylvania made crossbows legal for all years back. It used to be the disabled rules, too. What about ticks? Permethrin used by the U.S. military. Follow instructions, easy to do. I've never tried it, so... Friends leave on the 24th to do a bow hunt up there where you just went. Cool. Okay, how far will you shoot archery? Longest shot I've made is 80 yards. I'm not. I'll probably. Then you're probably better than I am, Derek. So that's that. Massive tick problem in Pennsylvania. Like, I'm gonna probably limit myself to 60 yards. Hanging deer in New Jersey. Must have tarped to catch the ticks that fall off. Wow. Thoughts on a 338.06? Like it or hate it? I don't like anything that you absolutely have to reload that you can't find ammo on the shelf for. And 338.06 would be that case. So there is that. Are drones prohibited? For hunting, yes. With a camera on a tall pole work. I'm thinking correctly that it should extend the visibility a bit, and if it pairs it with the thermal camera, I can imagine game would jump out. You're not going to want to carry that equipment in. You can walk once you get to your campsite better than you can carry that equipment in Anonymous F. So that's that. So, well, I think my family has just come home. So thank you for watching my live stream. I appreciate every one of you that is here. You can find me at AK Ballistics on Twitter. That's AK capital B Ballistics, and kind of is what it is. Is thermal legal? No, thermal is not legal in Alaska. Just bought a 7 PRC Seekins Havocs on my first elk hunt. Any opinions on 7 PRC for this hunt? The area will be likely have me shooting across canyons. That's great. Try to find the try to find a heavy Barnes bullet that you can shoot, or a hammer bullet. All right. Yes, 6.5 Creedmoor is very useful. Be a BSX VR. Yep. Last thoughts on the MCK conversion kits. Is it worth it for the hype for range groups? Thanks a lot. For range use, yeah, it's fun. They're fun. They're okay. If you take the barrel shroud out, you can put a longer barrel in. And then you have a lot more fun. So anyway, guys, my family just came home, so have a good night. Godspeed and good hunting to all of y'all. Remember, friends don't let friends use ELDX. God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range. Why do you think your opinions matter? They don't. All right? It's other people that think they matter.